There used to be a challenge of typing in a word or a phrase into Google, the challenge being to come up with 0 results. I think it was called a Google whack. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong on that, but that was the challenge. I would actually estimate you can do the same thing with YouTube. You can type pretty much anything into YouTube and come up with somebody who somewhere has made a video on it. I know if I have something break or go wrong in the house, first thing I do, go onto YouTube, look for a video as to how to fix it. I have yet to be disappointed. YouTube has a wide-ranging, completely wide-ranging amount of content. If it can be done in a video, it's on YouTube. What's the point of me covering this? Well, the introduction, a few examples of some of the things I found on YouTube and how many views they have. Now, I am not a debunker. I keep saying this, I'm not. This channel has naturally grown for me in terms of commentary, review and comedy. Done that for years. It's just where I sit. In terms of reacting to fake videos, I do it the way I know how to do it and where my expertise lies, which is in video and narrative analysis. I'm not a debunker, but do we need the debunkers? Yes, we do. And why am I bringing this subject up? Now, because of the way I do the channel, I am watching a lot more paranormal and debunking content than I did. I mean, I've always watched a lot. I've always watched a lot, and there are channels that I will, if they put a video out, I'm there and I'm watching, or if they're live streaming, I'm there and I'm watching. But I'm also extending that range in order to be able to do this channel. And in the past week or so, there have been comments in comment sections, there have been comments in live streams, there have been people running channels who are starting to question whether we need a debunking community. And that's concerning because, of course, we need a debunking community. If 5.4 million people need to know how to boil an egg, we need a debunking community. I know some of the comments and criticisms I've seen regarding the debunking community is regarding a lot of new channels cropping up. And yes, I am sure that there's somewhere out there's a channel. I haven't seen one, but somewhere out there will be a channel who's looked at some of the big channels in the debunking community and thought, oh, you know, if I look at Cody and Satori or CJ Faison or Mindseed or whoever, look at the views they're getting, look at the subscribers they're getting. And yeah, I do agree that that can be as much of a problem as somebody thinking, oh, if I go out there and make fake ghosts videos, I'll get the views and the money coming in. But at the end of the day, this community can recognise and has long been able to recognise those, whether it's investigations, whether it's debunking, whether it's other paranormal topics. You recognise those who are doing it because they want to do it, because they're interested in it, because they believe in it, and not because they're doing it for the money. My highest viewed video is the CJ Faison reaction. I could be putting out reaction after reaction to the fake channels. I will do more, but I'm not doing it for the sake of doing it. I don't know how some of the debunkers do it. I don't know how they sit through that kind of content day in and day out. Must be soul destroying. And I do know debunkers who watch a lot in order to be able to get the right one, and it's mind-numbing for them. The debunkers are doing you a service, a community service. They're watching these things, they're pulling these things apart, so you don't have to. You don't have to sit through Twin Paranormal or Mackie and Amanda or whoever it is that's annoying. I don't know how Seg does it. I honestly, hats off to Seg, because some of the videos he reacts to, you must have a strong stomach to be able to get through some of that stuff, to be able to break it down and edit it and do the commentary. So there's nothing wrong with the debunking channels. And what's being forgotten is, since the debunking channels have become more popular and there's been more of them, and I know that it's not just been in the past year, you've got people like The Shape who've been around for a long time, but the fact that there are more debunking channels out there, whoever it is you watch, I don't watch every single one. In the Cody and Satori incident, I watched Beardo, I watched Crow, and I watched Doof Doof Paranormal. I didn't sit through video after video after video. If I've seen a video debunked, even if it's a video I'm interested in, once I've seen the debunk, somebody else debunks it, more often than not, I don't watch it. Because I've seen a debunk. I don't need to watch another one unless it's somebody that I know will have a different take on the matter. But what needs to be remembered about the power of the debunking channels is they are doing good in terms of helping people realise how fake some of these channels are, and how, let's not pull punches here, how money is being made from pretending that something is something it's not. And that's wrong. Whichever way you look at it, that's wrong. And it's rare for a channel to get taken down or really be hurt by the debunkers. And I don't think that's really what it's about. It's about just opening eyes wherever they can, not to believe everything they see. You're not going to take down people like Sam and Colby with their millions of subscribers. Oh my gosh. Mindseed, all with millions of subscribers. You're not, because it's too strong a fan base. But where it can help is with new channels coming in and existing channels that are real investigation channels, to help educate why those channels are real and why they're important, and how an investigation should work. Not the way that the fake channels are showing how everything happens on a ghost hunt. If you're questioning the need for debunking channels, then you're really questioning the need for transparency. A good, real investigation channel will be debunking as they go along. And if they're not debunking as they go along while they're filming, they're debunking during the editing process. So by the time the video comes out, they can be as transparent and as explanatory as possible. And that's what the real channels generally do. So I kind of understand if there are some real channels that say, well, we're doing debunking ourselves, why do we need a debunking community? But not everybody does that. Not everybody has the time to do that. Doesn't mean they're doing something wrong. But not everybody does it. There are other criticisms that get levelled as well. I've discussed this before, so I'm not going to waffle on about it. But, debunkers aren't investigators. Well, most of them are. Whether they've been investigating for a while, or whether they've just started, or whether they're open to it, or they've done it before, they are. Debunkers are skeptics. Well, no, most debunkers believe in the paranormal to one extent or another, and those that are skeptics are open to the possibility. They just want to see it for themselves, and nobody can fault them for that. There have also been some, honestly, what's it got to do with anything comments. I've seen several over the past few weeks. Why do people wear a mask? Why not? I don't see the issue with that. Some people want to keep their privacy. And personally, I think that the first three people that spring to mind wearing a mask, which is Seg, Crow and Shape, it adds to the branding. All three of them. You're not questioning their personality or their commentary or the way they do things or what they're like because you can't see their face, because they're so expressive. It doesn't matter. I'm sitting here with you not seeing me, but the reason you're not seeing me, if I'm honest, is because I just haven't set myself up yet. Sooner or later you will. But there's nothing wrong with that. Stop worrying about the dressing. Stop worrying about the aesthetics. What you really need to be doing is listening to what people are saying. I'm saying this as a bit of a rant, as usual. This is a very few minority. I have not seen, I don't want to give the impression I've seen these comments being flooded in the community, in comment sections, in live streams, in commentary. They haven't, but they are cropping up, and occasionally they sort of do crop up, and I don't know, it's not just annoying, it's upsetting, because it feels unnecessary. And I'm sure that I'll get somebody in the comments having a go at me for, daring to express an opinion. That's all this is. This is just my opinion. This is just the way I do things. I look at what's going on. I do commentary. This isn't the news. I'm not required to be impartial here. This community means a lot to me. I've made really good connections and really good friends in this community, and I'm protective of it. I am, but I still come back to the idea that there's something about it being a community, regardless of it being debunking or paranormal. I still think that the fact that it is seen as such a strong community in some way upsets people, or if it's somebody within the community, and it's a very few voices, but those voices in the community that are starting to complain a bit, if maybe people have been around and don't like new people coming in. We all don't like new people coming in, or change, or maybe things aren't the way they were back in the day, but it's grown for the better. It's not perfect, no community is, but it's grown for the better. And every single person that gets helped because they've realised they're being taken for a ride by a channel who is faking their ghost hunts, faking help spiritually, psychically, whatever manner it is, every single person that is helped by that's a good thing that the community is doing. This is just a quick vlog. This is something I need to say. I think anything else I would have said about this I've said already in previous vlogs. I'm going to say one more thing. This community is getting bigger. It is. And as I've just said, there's people who've been around for a while. Maybe you're getting a bit antsy about that, and that's natural. But outside of me looking at content for the channel, I have my choice of channels that I watch all the time and that I'm comfortable with and that I enjoy as a viewer. And if I wasn't doing a channel, then they would be the main ones I would be watching, and probably not as much of the others. Just stick to the channels you know, but please, if new channels come up, there are some amazing new investigation channels that are up and coming that I'm keeping an eye on, not just for the channel, but for my viewing. Give them a chance. Don't dismiss somebody because they're new. Please. I don't do investigations because I could hear where I live multiple locations. But right now nobody wants to see my filming. Editing, yes, I'm good at editing. Crap with a camera, it would be potato quality. But maybe in the future I'll go out and do a bit more. In the current climate, especially with the debunking community, with the fake channels, with the real channels, let's give some credit to the new ones coming up that are starting new investigation channels, who probably know what they're letting themselves in for, but they're doing it anyway. And give them a chance. You might like what you see.